Also on the Hill this morning is the #2 House Democrat Majority Leader Steny Hoyer of Maryland. Congressman Hoyer, good morning to you.
Morning, Maggie. Good to be with you.
Thank you. How seriously are your colleagues taking these threats?
Well, I think they're taking them very seriously. As you heard, some of the threats that have been made are very, very serious and threaten bodily harm to members. I think it's appropriate that each one of us take this seriously, whether we've had threats made against us or not. Clearly, the Capitol Police and the FBI are taking these seriously and investigating them. The bottom line is we need to be very careful in public life that our rhetoric does not turn to incitement of violence or violent acts against those. In our democracy, we have disagreements. Sometimes strongly held beliefs differ. But at the core of our democracy is that we do so civilly and peacefully and resolve our differences not through violence but through democratic means, so that there's real concern.
Some Republicans, though, have played this down, saying that this unfortunately comes with the territory. When you make a controversial decision, this is par for the course. Do you agree with that point?
Well, no, I don't think it's par for the course. We've had a lot of serious disagreements on tax bills, on war and peace, and other matters, and I haven't seen the level of, frankly, threats or anger or threatening of violent acts that I've seen recently. I think in part it's because the rhetoric that has been utilized with respect to this bill is far beyond, I think, legitimate debate. And as a result, people who are less constrained, less aware of the fact that debate can get hot, but it shouldn't get violent, but they lead to a conclusion beyond what perhaps the speaker meant to imply.
So what would you like, I'm sorry, what would you like to see from the Republican leadership?
Well, I think it's not just the Republican leadership. I think all of us in leadership need to make it very clear to the American public, very few of which I think are participating in such acts on either side. We need to make it very clear that that's unacceptable in a democracy. In a democracy, we debate, we hold feelings strongly, and then we vote. Dick Gephardt used to say that democracy was a substitute for war. And what he meant by that, of course, is in our democracy, we resolve things not through violence, not at the point of a gun, but through civil, democratic means to reach consensus. And if we don't do that, we will devolve into a society that we're not going to like.
I would like to ask you lastly about the health care bill. The Senate has sent back these fixes to the bill that became law, sent them back to the House. Will your colleagues approve their revisions, and when will this be on the President's desk?
Yes, these are very technical rulings of the parliamentarian. As Nancy said, the amendments that were offered have been rejected, and I expect to get this bill back from the Senate sometime later this afternoon, and I would expect a couple of hours thereafter we will have the bill on the floor for final passage, and it will pass the House and be sent to the President.
Congressman Steny Hoyer, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.